keen sportsman, represented UP, and even today, at this age, he represents the Delhi state in swimming and won a gold medal last November, sir. So that is the level of Josh he has got at this stage also. So you can expect what he desires from each one of you who is sitting here. I will not take much of the time, sir. I request you to please guide these students to do well in life and how to prepare themselves for becoming a defense officer. And also, if they are not pursuing a career in the defense forces, how they should do well in their life, because they are at a very crucial stages of their career. May I request you, sir, please address them. Brig Bhargava, sir. Sir, please.
Okay, good evening to all of you children. First of all, I would like to thank the director of the school, the principal and Colonel Kakkar for calling me over to address you all. What you would like me to speak in English or a mix of Hindi English? English is okay? Okay, that's good. Colonel Sanjay, thank you for that introduction. Well, children, this year, 2025, 50, I was in class 8th, that is in 1975, and that was the year when I started winning in the sports event. That year, in 1975, in boxing, I was my school champion, and also I became a champion in my district, that is Lucknow. In athletics, I won medals and also in swimming. 50 years down the line, just recently on 24th August, in a swimming competition at NCR level, again I won 2 gold medals. So to remain fit over such a long time is not an easy job. And at this age, I go to my school, that is St. Francis in Lucknow, and I participate in competition, that is past versus present, and I compete with the students of 10th, 11th, 12th. They are 1/4 my age, virtually. So, and I beat them. Okay, it's not that I compete, I beat them also. So, it is only 2 things. One, that I have maintained my fitness over such a long period, or the younger generation, you are not putting that much effort to become better and beat the old guy. Okay. So therefore, what I want to convey today is that when you are a student, it is not only the studies where you should remain focused. You have to score well in your board exams, but you have to develop an all-rounded personality. Be it any occupation, when you are able to pursue alongside studies, taking part in various games, taking part in extracurricular activities. What it provides you is a wholesome personality. You will stand out in a crowd much better than others who have not taken part in sports or extracurricular activities. These activities gives you self-confidence, it gives you a physical fitness and the mental alertness. And when you have these things, then obviously you tend to do much better in life than the others. The competitive spirit. So, I would like to tell you all, I've been here in the school. Anybody who has been here for 2 years or more, raise your hands. Who has seen me before coming here? Yeah, there are people. Okay, good. So, what I want to tell you is that in your school, multiple facilities are available. And I am so glad when I came the last time I said even NCC should be included. And today I am feeling very nice and happy to see that NCC has come to your school, to your academy. So let me see with a raise of hand that how many of you have become the NCC cadets. Raise your hands. So that's not very encouraging. Let me tell you like this, that first of all you must see what is the aim and goal of NCC and how being an NCC cadet instills in you the discipline of life. It instills in you the drill mechanism. What is a drill? It is about ensuring that whenever you do a thing, you do it in a systematic and methodological manner. It instills in you of doing an activity in a particular manner so that nothing is missed out. It instills in you to learn about a variety of things which include some things like map reading, field craft, weapon training is so important. Especially when you are studying in this school, the name itself says Career Defense School. That means more than 50% of you should be aiming to be joining the defense forces. And if that is so, then why shouldn't you become a cadet in the NCC, which will provide you so much extra facilities, something like attending the camps. And those who will excel, they will be getting an opportunity to go and do the march past on the Rajpath, a thing which people strive for, a thing which instills in you a sense of pride, a sense of belongingness to the nation, a place where you will get to interact with the students from the entire country, because NCC students from all over the country are there at the RDC camp. So therefore, if you want to avail such an opportunity, better join NCC. Okay, now coming to the topic of the day, that first of all I would like all of those students who would be wanting to or are appearing for the NDA exam. The NDA exam which is coming on 14th of September. How many of you are giving the written exam? Anybody? 12th. How many are here from the 12th class? Yeah, are you appearing? No? Yes, no? I can't hear you. You are. So raise your hand. Why are you feeling shy? You are not even raising hand. And others who are following in class 11th and 10th, day 2. So what I am going to talk about, see, you should be very proud that you are appearing in the NDA exam. So अपने में गर्व महसूस करो और हाथ गर्व से ऊपर उठाओ कि मैं appear कर रहा हूँ NDA में. If you do not have that josh, that enthusiasm, then how will you pass the written test? You tell me. So always and every time you must reflect your enthusiasm, your energy level and things like that. Now I'll be giving certain things as related to the life in the NDA. I'll give you my own example. In my life, as far as competitive exams is concerned, only one exam I gave. That point in time, we could join NDA after passing class 11 only. I gave the written test when I was studying in class 11th. That was in the year 78 September. Okay, so many years have passed. 1978 and now 2025. And that was the only exam I gave. I was not in class 12 and yet I ended up with an All India rank of 36 in NDA test. Okay, so like that. As Colonel Sanjay brought out that I have been president of the Services Selection Board in the year 2015 to 2018. And prior to that, I was also the deputy president of a board. So total 5 years I have spent in the Services Selection Board. I have interviewed nearly 3,600 live candidates. In addition to that, I have trained more than 2,000 candidates who have been coming to me for guidance. So that is the kind of experience which I have as far as not only NDA but also IMA and OTA entries are concerned. Now what is it that we see in a candidate? So as far as you are concerned, when you are the student, there are few qualities which you should be looking at and trying to inculcate in yourself. The very first thing is the effective intelligence. Now intelligence is something like how much percentage of marks that you have scored. So we keep it aside. We are not bothered about that because that is the total theoretical knowledge which you are reflecting, that whether you know an answer to a question or not. But when we are talking about you joining the armed forces, we would like to see that how do you use that theoretical knowledge to apply practically on ground. So that is what is being seen. It is your ability to make use of the theoretical knowledge in a practical sense. It is about reflecting how quickly you are able to grasp a problem which is narrated to you and find the right way of solving it. It is about reflecting your memory power. When a thing is told to you, you forget it or you just turn blind or blank when something is told to you, or you are able to retain in your mind and be able to solve it mentally. The next quality is about the reasoning ability. The essentials in that problem and trying to solve it in a very systematic manner. It is also about you having an inquisitive mind, that whenever you come across some new thing, some new topic, some new subject, then you try to find for future use. The third thing is about your organizing ability. In life and even in your life at school, especially when you are the house captain, the school captain, or some team captain, you will be required to organize various things. At that point in time, how to go about organizing. So you have to learn to do some resource management and time management. That resource management is also of two types, that is the manpower management or the student management and the material management. So when you go in such a systematic manner, you will find that you are able to organize anything, be it a small game or some skit or some debate competition. So whatever responsibility has been assigned to you, you will be able to do your best and in a very timely manner. The next is about the self-confidence, Aatmavishwas. This is a very, very important thing. No matter what you are doing, if you do it with self-confidence, you will produce a better result than when you do it without it. It reflects your body language of being enthusiasm, of reflecting your energy level, of reflecting that how much you are fully prepared or not. That self-confidence will also be reflected in your voice, the way you will speak in front of a gathering. So this self-confidence is a very, very important thing, and it is one of the most important as far as your success in life is concerned. Be it anything, if you do it with self-confidence, you will certainly succeed. The next is about speed of decision making. Now in life, at every corner, you are required to take some decision, and the decision is based on the information which is available to you. So when you take a decision that is informed decision, then certainly your decision will never go wrong. But if you take a decision in a very random manner, कि मन में आया ऐसे कर दिया वैसे कर दिया, obviously you are going to get caught, especially when you are doing something wrong without any planning, because you are doing those things, and also you will let yourself down. So therefore it is very important that no matter what you are doing in life, do it with proper planning, and your decision should be well thought out before taking it. Another thing is about the liveliness in your life. Understand this, that life should be taken as a series of problems. No matter who, even the richest person on earth, he or she will also have problems. But everyone has to understand that since life is a series of problems, you've got to solve them, either by yourself or by taking help of others. That others may be your parents, your friends, your teachers, or anybody else. But you have to learn to take these problems in stride and solve them, and not let them be there for tomorrow to come. So when you solve it, today's problem, today itself, you will have a very peaceful sleep, which is so much required to live a very healthy life. The next is about your determination. Never say die attitude. It is about you having a perseverance to do better and well in life. Your ability to push yourself to beyond your limits. You know, everybody would say that I have a certain limit, beyond this मेरे से नहीं होता. But this body of ours is great. It is like a brass. The more you rub it, the more it will shine. So is it with our bodies. The more you push it, the better you will become for the future. The better qualities will shine up in you. You will stand up and be able to have your head held high when you are encountering some difficult situations. And you will come out a winner, never ever a loser. So this is one very important thing. As they say, that tough times don't last, but tough people do. The next is about stamina, and that is of two kinds. That is the physical stamina and the mental stamina. The physical stamina is all about your physical ability. You will not get it just by lying on your bed. You have to work out for it. This will include you going for runs, doing your push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, all such small exercises. You don't need a gym. You can do it in your room itself. But you should have a markup table for yourself. So when you are in class 10, you may be, say, running just about 1 or 2 kilometers. But when you move to class 11, you should increase it to 3 to 4. And when you reach class 12, you should be attempting to do 5 kilometers or more. Similarly, the case with your pull-ups, push-ups and sit-ups too, that gradually, whatever you can do today, tomorrow you should be able to do much more. That is how you should be planning in your mind and saying that if others can, then why not me? And increase your level of performance. So that is what will build in the mental stamina. When we talk of mental stamina, it is also about that when your mind says, yes, I can do it, I will do it. So you will certainly be able to do it. Vis-a-vis, when you say, oh, it's too tough, I just can't do it. No, this is beyond me. The moment you say this, all your muscles will get loose and they will not be able to perform. And certainly you will not be able to do a thing which may be very simple. Your muscles will start crying at the very first instant when you push them to a corner. So therefore, it is how you shape your mind that will in turn be guiding your muscles how much to push themselves to do difficult things. The last one is the courage factor, that physical courage. There are fears in everybody's and in every human mind. Be it the fear of water, the fear of height, the fear of facing some armed men, the fear of going into a lonely night, on a dark, pitch dark night, into a lonely place. I'll be surrounded by some goons or something like that. So these fear factor, they have to be overcome. And who can overcome them? It is a mind which is full of energy, a mind which is very robust, which is having self-confidence, and certainly you will be able to overcome this. So these are some of the qualities which you develop over a period of time. No matter which occupation you decide to join, you will be able to do those things and achieve great heights. Whether it is the defense forces, whether you become an engineer, a doctor, or you become a chartered accountant or an economist, it doesn't matter. But these are with your head held high and अपने में गर्व महसूस करोगे. Any questions so far? Okay. Now I would like to tell from the 10th and 11th, how many of you are trying to or aspiring for joining the defense forces? Raise your hands. 10th and 11th. Why are you so half-hearted? If you have decided, or even if you're 50% decided, raise गर्व से हाथ ऊपर. Yeah, no talking, no talk. I'm not given permission to talk. Quiet. No. I'll single you out if you talk. Okay, hands down. Okay. Now listen what I am going to tell you, that how should you be. There are more than 6 lakh students appearing for NDA for those 300 seats plus another 19 for the girls. Just that many. If you find out the ratio, it is very, very high. So therefore, you have to firstly strive to do your best if you want to get there. And let me tell you, the life in NDA is very much different, which you will find nowhere in the world, not only in India, but in the world. So that is the kind of life. There are movies on the YouTube about NDA. You must go through it and you will realize that what absolutely fantastic facilities are available, and that kind of life which we get out there is uncomparable. That much so to motivate you to be striving to get into NDA. But how should you be preparing? Now, there are various stages of preparation. The first one is the written test. The second one, once you clear the written test, you will be called for the SSB. Within the SSB itself, there are 2 stages. The stage 1 and then the stage 2. And let me tell you that despite the 2 stages which you have cleared, that is the written test, from 6 lakhs, the numbers will come down to just about 8,000 to 10,000. That is all. And then when you come to the stage 1, this figure will straight away be reduced to just around 5,000. That's it. And from this 5,000 will be selected. There will be a merit list, but only those 300 people will be selected. It's so tough. So therefore, obviously, if you want to be clearing the NDA, then you have to push yourself to do that extra bit so that you are one notch higher than the others and you get selected. So first of all, let us talk about the very first step, that is the written paper. Now, in the written paper, when you see the syllabus of the NDA, there are 2 papers. One is the math paper, which is for 300 marks, and the second is the general aptitude test, GAT test, which is for 600 marks. The 300 marks for the maths is exclusive. So there is no way out. This paper is pretty tough. You got to practice maths. You have to see that which particular chapter is allotted how many marks worth of questions. Everything is in the open domain. Every details are given in the net. You must go and see it, that which chapter, how many marks worth of questions will be asked, and you should accordingly give that much leverage to those particular chapters. However, when we come to the second paper, that is the general aptitude test, now here you don't have to start preparing when you are in 11th or 12th. You have to start preparing much before that. So in this 600 marks, there are 200 marks which are exclusive for English. There are 50 marks each for physics, chemistry and general science. There is another 50 to 75 marks for history, geography and civics, and then 50 marks for the current affairs or general knowledge. Now this is the broad description. I am not going into the minutest of 1 mark here, there, that will be there. But then why am I saying that you have to start preparing much before? Because when I am talking of history, geography and civics, it is when you are in class 8th, 9th and 10th. That is the level of these three subjects which will be coming in the exams. So whatever you have studied in your 8th, 9th and 10th, you don't have to forget it. You have to keep it in your mind, because if you are an aspirant for NDA, those topics or some questions will be coming from these three classes. So retain your notes, rather retain your books, and you have to revise it on a 6 monthly basis till you appear in the NDA test. So this is the first part. Similarly, when we talk of the 200 marks worth of English subject, so again the English language as such starts much before, because so much of grammar has to be learned, etc. There are a variety of tests in these 200 marks that you will get to know from the Google search. You will get to know that what all things are there. There can be anagram, there is fill in the blanks, there is converting a sentence into by a substitute word, okay, correcting the sentence grammatically and things like that. So therefore, when all of these things are involved, so whatever you have learned so far in English language, there is a book called Bren and Martin. You must keep it as a dictionary for life, even for your children too. Okay, so this book is very, very handy, and you must go through the various exercises practice exercises which are given there, and it will stand you in good stead for the NDA exam. Okay, so GK is a continuous process, but obviously in the exam the GK and current affairs will be focused in the last 1 year what has happened. So that means when you are going in your 11th and 12th, you must resort to reading newspaper or the daily news, the gist of it. Now when you move on to the class 11th and 12th, you have to be focusing on PCM, physics, chemistry and maths. So in the GAT paper, 50 marks worth each for physics and chemistry, the questions will be asked. Again the syllabi is described in the NDA syllabus, so just prepare that much as far as NDA written is concerned. And then the maths, as I have said. Now in maths, I would just like to highlight that the one topic which is a little difficult for so many students, not everybody, is the differentiation and integration. So that you must focus, because maximum number of questions that are asked are from this particular chapter. Okay, having said this, now what? So when you have decided that you want to appear in the NDA test, so I have already told the management that in your library, or you can buy a personal book also, either it is Arihant or Pathways, so whichever one, where the last 10-year question papers are available. Now 3-4 of you can get together and subject wise sift the questions. First of all, you have collected all the questions related to English separately, physics separately, chemistry separately, math separately, English, the general science, history, geography, like that. Then those questions further should be sifted as per the chapter wise. Now when you have done this, this is a major task. So that's why I'm saying at least 3-4 of you should get together to do it. Once you have done this exercise, then when you are studying a particular chapter, after doing or reading that chapter, then you should pick up these questions and try to solve them, or see the methodology of how you should be solving each question. Now this is a long process, and therefore what is desired is that the moment you have decided in whether in 10th or 11th, the earlier you decide, the better it would be, because then more time is available to you. And every day you devote half an hour to 1 hour to do this exercise. You do it over a period of time, and not that जब आपका exam, board exam आ रहा है, then you are getting reminded, oh मुझे वो भी करना है. Don't do that. Just make it into a timetable, build it into your timetable, and devote half an hour to 1 hour for this exercise. So now you have a question bank available to you, chapter wise, subject wise. So when you are reading that particular chapter, alongside, if you are also practicing these questions, you have prepared yourself for the competitive exam. You need not put any additional effort to appear in the exam. And simultaneously, you can prepare for any additional exam which you want I to tell you. Anybody, any questions? If anybody has, you come up, I will clarify further. I hope everybody is awake. If there is no question, that means either everything has gone over your head or you have not heard me. Yeah. Have you understood? Yes. I can't hear you. Have you understood? Yes. Okay. So that's great. Okay, now a little bit about the SSB per se. Now in SSB, the second, those who clear the NDA written test, now comes the stage 1. Now stage 1 is a very coarse filter. It is nothing, is not very scientific, but if it is how you perform at that particular instant. So there are two tests basically. The officer intelligence rating test, where there will be 2 papers and variety of questions will be there. Reasoning questions are there, and you have to do that. The number of questions will be ranging from 30 to 50 questions, and the time allotted will be just about 17 to 30 minutes only. It simply means that per question, the time available is less than a minute. If that be so, it simply implies that you have to be very quick thinking person, and you should have practiced this officer-like intelligence. So they are observational questions, nothing to learn by heart and then go for these exams. It is observational and putting 2 and 2 together. So the only requirement is that you have to be quick and you have to be logical. Now most of the people will pass if you use your common sense, and if you are one who cannot use your common sense, certainly you cannot pass. Okay. The second part of the test is the PP and DT, picture perception and discussion test. Here there is a picture shown to you for 30 seconds, and then you will be given 4 minutes to write a story on the picture. What is the content of the story? It should be basically answering 3 questions about what has led to the situation, what is happening in the picture, and what is going to be the most likely outcome. That is, you have to choose one of the persons who is appearing in the picture as the main character, and you are required to make him or her do certain tasks which is for the general good. It is not about doing a particular thing for I, me, myself. It is about we and us, because armed forces is about the team and not for self. Okay. Now, having written this storyline, then you will be divided into groups of 14 to 20 candidates. And in this part, that is the discussion test, each member of the group will be required to narrate of whatever they have written in their respective stories. Once everybody has narrated their story, then the group is supposed to get into a discussion mode and arrive at a common group story. Obviously, every candidate has heard each other and they have to pick up the most fascinating or the most important part from each of the stories and put it together, what seems logical to be included, what seems illogical to be excluded, and then arrive at a common group story. When this discussion is taking place, there will be a fish market like condition. It does not mean that you become shy and you keep mum and do not speak anything. The moment you speak, you become mum and do not speak anything, obviously you are not going to clear stage 1. So very important to clear stage 1 is that you have to participate in this discussion, suggest some important points which are to be included in your in the common good story, and put forward your discussion points. So here you have to be express yourself very nicely. That means you should have good power of expression. You should not be shy. You should be very logical. You should not cut out others. You should accept others' point also, which are valid, and like that. So when you are putting up that, on this basis, you will be either clearing the stage 1 or not clearing the stage 1. Okay. So those who clear, they go into stage 2, and in stage 2, the major part of the SSB starts. That is judging you on 15 qualities, on 15 officer-like qualities, using 3 techniques. The first one is the interview, where based on what you say, what you answer to a series of questions, based on that you will be judged for these 15 qualities. Do you have it in you? In the next, that is the psychology test, you have to write your answers to a series of questions, and based on your answers you will be judged whether you have those 15 qualities in sufficient quantity or not. And in the third test, that is the group testing operation, then in that you are required, you are firstly distributed in groups of 6 to 10 candidates and carry out a series of 9 sub-tests. In these 9 sub-tests, some of the tests will be done by the entire group together. One test will be carried out as a half group test, and 3 of them will be done at individual level. So you are being judged in a variety of manner to see that whether you have those 15 qualities in you in sufficient quantity or not. And finally, during the conference, the 3 assessors come together to discuss your personality, that how you have performed in the 3 tests, and if you have performed well in the 3 tests, then you get recommended. You are just recommended to be trained at one of the Armed Forces Academy. Still, there is a medical board to be conducted, and there is a merit list to be passed. Now, all of this seems so difficult, but yet this person standing in front of you, that is me, I have gone through it, and just say that if he can do it, then I can also do it, and you will do it. Okay, any questions in this? Yeah? You actually feel great when such a rigorous, and let me tell you, this percentage of passing and joining the academy is the highest ratio, much higher than your IAS exam. Okay, so therefore, जिसमें गर्व है, जिसमें आत्मविश्वास है, you should apply for NDA and make up your mind, work towards it, put in your best and succeed. You will remain a very happy person through your life. Okay. Anything? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. No question at all. You are not making use of me. I am standing in front of you. Girls, इतना बातें करती हो, अभी सब बंद गूगल. No questions?
Well, I'm really clear. Either you're sleeping or you understood. You all are geniuses. That is all I can say. Because the body mind who is active, will always have questions to ask. जिंदगी में कहीं भी कोई अगर आपको पढ़ा रहा हो या स्पीच दे रहा हो, you many ask you must ask. शर्म नहीं आनी चाहिए इसमें.
How can you take a random decision in a right way?
Random decision. Question is, how can I take a random decision in the right way? Now, decision making is based on how much information is available to you. And when we talk in terms of armed forces, then we also add intelligence to it. Now, when we talk of random decision, now that is an incorrect way of taking a decision. Because randomly taking decision, you are relying on probability. Just like you throw a dice, whether the number 2 will come or not come. Since there are 6 options, so the probability is just 1 by 6. So is it with decision. If you take it randomly, it may be right, it may not be right. Now this, how probable it is that whether your decision will be right or not is dependent upon your past experience, your knowledge of that particular subject in respect with which you are taking the decision. So I will just say that if for a particular decision making, if you are wanting the random way, then you must first ensure that you have the right experience and also you have the right amount of knowledge. If you have not, then it is better that you go to a person. That person may either be your teacher, your parents, your elder siblings, your neighborhood person, or some expert in that particular field. And after discussing with him or her, you will arrive at the right decision when you are taking it in a random manner. Have I answered your question? Yeah, where are you? Have you understood what I said? Yeah, anybody else? You can come here and tell me in my ear what question you there in your mind. Anybody? ऐसे मौके जब आते हैं, जब गेस्ट स्पीकर आता है, हमारे एक्सपीरियंस का इस्तेमाल आप लोग करो तो आप लोग फायदे में होंगे. मैं तो चला जाऊंगा, लेकिन जो क्वेश्चन आपके मन के अंदर वो पैदा हुआ है उसको वहीं छोड़ दोगे तो फॉर लाइफ देन यू बी सेइंग, अरे मैं पूछ लेता. क्या पता यही क्वेश्चन जो पूछने वाले हो वही आपको कल एग्जाम में मिल जाए.
सर क्वेश्चन है कि मतलब एनडीए करने की शुरुआत कैसे करें, मतलब शुरुआत एनडीए करने की कैसे करें.
You are in this class. तो क्वेश्चन है कि एनडीए करने की शुरुआत कैसे करें। शुरुआत तुमने कर दी, वहां से उठ के चल के मेरे पास तक आए, तुमने एनडीए करने की शुरुआत कर दी है, नंबर 1। नंबर 2, आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड दैट यू मस्ट नाउ राइट अवे, I told you certain qualities. You should live by those qualities, number 1. Number 2, I have just covered that how should you be going about preparing for the written test. Okay, so you start following. Since you are in class 10, you are at an advantage as compared to those who are in class 12 now. Okay, so in class 10, first of all, first of all, whatever you have studied in 10th, do not forget it. Retain it in your mind. That is history, geography, civics, and English. Okay, and general science too. That is part of the biology part. Okay, so this, whatever notes you are having, retain them. And the moment you come into the class 11th and 12th, follow that process which I told you, to look at those last 10 years question paper, filter them out subject wise, chapter wise, and as you keep studying various chapters, alongside with them you also keep preparing these questionnaires. That is how you should go about. Okay, there are no more questions. Thank you, children, for having a patient listening. I am grateful to the management for giving me this opportunity for interacting with you all, and I hope whatever I have said, that will stand you in good stead and will benefit you in the life ahead. Thank you so much.
Hello. 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 Well, अब आपके पास कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है तो मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ, and I'll pick anybody from at least 3 बच्चों को, and you must be prepared, यार. So my first question is, how would you balance your day-to-day school studies with the studies for defense forces or for studies for NDA? What are the steps you would follow to balance this? हिंदी में पूछता हूँ, कोशिश करता हूँ कि आप अपनी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में जो स्कूल की पढ़ाई है और एनडीए की प्रिपरेशन है, उसको बैलेंस कैसे करोगे? If anybody can answer it, he may stand up. Okay, and I'll have to tell you कौन खड़ा होगा, जवाब देगा. सब सोच रहे होंगे मेरा नंबर नहीं आया. बेटा, the reason is that you must exercise your brain. I don't want to humiliate anybody. That is not my aim. अंदर की अपनी झिझक को निकालो. झिझक से कुछ नहीं होगा. आजकल दुनिया, the world is going so fast कि अगर आप इंट्रोवर्ट हो तो आप कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे. इंट्रोवर्ट का मतलब समझते हैं आप? And you have to become extrovert. You have to project yourself. You have to make other people realize that you exist as living boys and girls. अगर आप चुपचाप रहोगे जिंदगी में तो कोई आपको नहीं पूछेगा। वो कहते हैं ना, बच्चा भी को अगर दूध चाहिए होता है तो वो रोता है। यू हैव टू एक्सप्रेस योरसेल्फ। क्या सोच रहा है? नोबडी इज इंटरेस्टेड इन यू। इट इज योर लाइफ। Well, I was diversifying from the main topic, but मेरा मुद्दा यही है कि you must actively participate in discussion, such seminars, raise questions कि सर मैं अपनी जिंदगी को और बेहतर कैसे बनाऊं, कैसे प्रिपेयर करूं। That should be your aim. Well, Brigadier Bhargava has told you the insight how successful while preparing for your NDA and SSB. Very useful hints sir has given you. It is very rare that we come to and have senior officers like him who has been the president of a service selection board. And I can inculcate and improve ourselves, improve our behavior. Thank you very much, sir. And as in the army we say, we'll all stand up and give a standing ovation to sir. Please stand up. Thank you, sir. Sit down, please. Still, anybody has question, he can answer. कोई पूछ सकता है दीदी. Sir is still here. तो सोचना, जो मैंने क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछा था, क्या आप अपने आप को कैसे बेहतर कर सकते हो अभी की जिंदगी में और आगे की जिंदगी के लिए। टाइम पास मत करो, मैं यही बोलता हूँ हमेशा कि 9th हो गया 10th हो जाएगा, 10th हो गया 11th कर लूंगा, 11th कर लिया 12th कर लूंगा, उसके बाद थिंक ऑन दोज लाइफ। अच्छा, इट इज योर लाइफ, नोबडी एल्स। चले सर, मोबाइल वगैरह तो नहीं है?
Okay, thank you.